If you're following Johnny Depp, you probably know he was recently at the Red Sea Film Festival with Maïwenn, the director from Jean Dabari, which Johnny was also in. This here's from Arab News. I've never heard of them, but they got an interview with Johnny. Haven't seen it anywhere else, so I want to go through it. It's called Johnny Depp praises Saudi Arabia's emerging film landscape at the Red Sea International Film Festival. It's pretty long, so I'm going to focus on just what Johnny said and a little context around it. They say, of course, he came to the festival with Maïwenn, the director from Jean Dabari. They say on the second day of the festival that this movie was shown. And they said on the third day, Johnny gave compliments to the festival, and they took down a few things Johnny said, starting with this. I believe what's happening here in Saudi in regards to various sort of expressive outlets, creative outlets, art, cinema, everything is opening up sort of beautifully. I also think that since opening up, like giving more opportunity to anyone and everyone. What seems to be really thriving beautifully here is youth culture, he said to Arab News. Well, I don't have context for that, but probably things Johnny saw around town and whatnot. That's my guess. They say Johnny found inspiration in the film festival. He said it was like having some drape taken away from my eyes. Well, I could buy that. I mean, he's in a pretty strange new land. I don't know if it's his first time ever. Probably not. But maybe the first time in a long time, and things change pretty quickly. So probably he was just taken back by all the changes and stuff going on around him, which is fair. I must mention one of the biggest funders for the movie was this film organization, so it's no surprise they're getting along with Johnny pretty good. Then they quote him on this. Just the idea of shooting the film here, it's so beautiful, and there's so much mystery, there's so many beautiful vistas and visually stunning, but the history, that here is fascinating. Yep, I would imagine there's a lot of history around that area. That is for sure. And it continues. I would come here happily to make a film. The word artist is not one that I use for myself, but you can use it for filmmakers. And everyone seems to understand the artist lane, he said. So Johnny wouldn't call himself an artist? Well, I gotta disagree there. Looking from the outside, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I think Johnny's an artist. That's just my silly opinion. Maybe yours is different. I guess Johnny's is different. Or he just doesn't like to call himself an artist. But if he did, I think it would be factual. Okay. And they give some compliments to Jean Dabari, the film. They say the narrative follows well. Johnny's great in the film. Maïwenn's great in the film. So that's good. Give it some promo, absolutely. They give some plot details. They say they interviewed Maïwenn. They say she did some good research on the character. And generally state that she did a great job as well. So I'm all for that. Johnny did say that perhaps a French actor might have been more fit for the role, which is a pretty modest thing to say. I mean, to keep it real, Johnny's not a native speaker of French. I speak two languages. I think I have a good concept of what levels are with language. So, yeah, in certain ways, a native speaker would have done better. But let's face it, we all want Johnny in the role. But I appreciate modesty. And he expresses more modesty by saying he wasn't sure he even wanted to take the role because, I guess, insecurities of being an American. But that's history. He took the role. Let's move on. And they give some details. For example, they say this was not a premiere, but it was a showing because it already opened at the Cannes Film Festival. They then mention Johnny was around some other stars, not just him, which is a cool thing to mention too. Also, Sharon Stone was there. They forgot her, I guess. And that's about it. Obviously, this is not a publication I cover a lot. However, they interviewed Johnny, and we got a few little tidbits from it. I still gotta say, I would say Johnny's an artist. Let me know what you think in the comments. By the way, if you want to donate to the channel, there's a thanks button there. It's kind of like a comment super chat. And not only this channel, but other channels will have it active too. Maybe help things run a little smoother. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.